Chopping it up with your boy ATB and Miss Lee. This is our host, ATB, aka America's Teddy Bear.
And I'm your favorite co-host, Miss Leah.
Hey, how y'all doing on this Wednesday today? You know what I'm
Hello,
saying?
hello.
Yeah, how you doing today, Miss Leah? What's going on?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just sitting down, relaxing, just man, catching a good vibe. We just had a little fake storm, so I'm trying to. I was just checking that out. I don't know. I'm a storm hit. I love watching storms, so I'm in a relaxed mood today. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all good. Just relaxing. You know, it's Wednesday. I can't complain. Just
Yes, sir.
man, yeah, I ain't got nothing good to say about it or bad. So I don't know if it's good or bad.
Let's just leave it at that. As long as
Leave it
there's
at
nothing
that.
bad, it's
That's
good.
a fact. That's a fact, man. So look, y'all, I got something I want to kick today's topic off with. I need y'all to chime in on this. Miss Lee, especially you here. You can give me a woman's point of view, but this is what
Okay,
I want to know.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm
All
listening.
right, check this out. So would you trip if your guy, what I'm saying, ex died and they heartbroken? In other words, they boo-hooing a little too much. They crying. They going crazy. They can't eat. They can't sleep. Their ex just died. Would you trip on that, or you'll be a good supporter and be like, hey, whatever.
Um, I'm not gonna lie and say I ain't gonna feel no type of way, but I'm not gonna show it in that moment because I am a very
Right,
sympathetic person.
right.
Even under those type of circumstances, I'm very sympathetic. I'm gonna feel away, but I'm really good at hiding it. And I know
Facts.
I know when it's an appropriate time to present that feeling, but I don't think that would be an appropriate time to present that feeling. But I would console him for a short time, and then I'll be telling him like, okay, let you have your little moment, but for a couple minutes, but then it's gonna hey wrap that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Wrap it
hey,
up.
but what if he can't sleep, can't eat, and
Oh no.
weeks going by?
No, hell no. Nah, you gonna join her in a minute if you don't get wrap that shit up. Like, no, I'm not no, hell no. Cause that's who you need to be. You should have been with her then. Now
Yeah,
that means that you're not completely over her, and yeah, I don't even know how much you into me if you that deeply,
right,
heartbroken by her
right.
death. So I mean I tried to be the good girl, but you just said all that extra shit and brought this demon up out of me. Hell no. They should be laying next to me crying about another mother. I don't care if they is deceased.
Crying,
Like, hell no.
All right, now look, peep this though. I want to open your mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna answer it too, but I want to just ask you another what if question. What if he been with her, at least a decade? Let's just say 5 years to a decade. Even though it's old, would you still trip that way if he been with her
Yeah.
5 to 2 years?
Yeah. I don't
Cause
care
it's
if he's with
old,
her for
right?
30 years. I don't care if it was 30 years. Listen, that shit dead is over with. You with me now. You supposed to be feeling that way about me, not still about your next month, that next person you was with. Like
That's a fact.
you supposed to get up out those feelings with somebody you've been with that long before you jump into another relationship. Like,
Yeah,
no, don't bring those
yeah.
feelings over here to me. Like, don't do that. You supposed to gain those feelings for me. Like that shit's supposed to be gone. So
That's a
no.
fact.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
that's a fact. In my case, I know if an ex died, I have my little pour a little lick out on her, ground, and that's kind of it. You feel me? Because I mean, like you said, even if it's a decade, 15 years or something, we was together. Somehow we ended, even if we was cool, we was friends. I don't see myself just downright going crazy and that type of cry when you sniffing and can't breathe and
Right.
that,
Snot running
yeah,
down your
yeah.
nose.
I don't know if it'd be that much, but I'll be like, damn, Shorty really checked out. You feel me? Like, okay, well, yeah, feel bad for her, but that's it. I don't think I really go deep into all that. And I got an ex fiance before my wife. I
Uh-huh.
still no disrespect to her if she hear this, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lose a blink of sleep. You feel me? Because it's just, I get my respects, but it's old. Like, I mean, even if it wasn't old, I don't see myself doing all that. Maybe everybody different. Because some people will say, oh, you an asshole. Let them have their moment. They did have a life before you. Yeah, I get it. But on the flip side, hell, nah, I feel some type of way too. My girl here crying and just you know. Yeah, and then Buddy been gone for 20. You been with me 25 years. You feel me? Like,
Right.
man, I
Yeah.
mess around, catch a case that night. You
Man,
know what I'm
listen. You try to be sympathetic and give them their moment, but I mean, how? What about our feelings too? Our feelings not
saying?
validated. We watching our
Yeah,
significant other, somebody we love, and who's supposed to feel that way that they crying about for another person about us. Like we ain't supposed to
yeah,
feel no type of way. Like yeah, I give you your moment, but it's only gonna last for a certain amount of time, and if
man.
it lasts longer than that, we're gonna have a whole problem.
That's a fact, and that's it. A moment. You feel me? That's it.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
all for real.
Yeah.
All right,
I
what
don't
you got
know.
for me? Nah, I ain't
Uh,
doing that.
nah, I was my ex. I had it was this. I used to braid hair in my Chicago days, and it was this real popular dude that everybody
uh,
knew on the block, and he had wound up getting murdered or whatever, and I had went to the funeral, and I had brought the obituary home, and I set the obituary on my dresser, and I was sitting in my room just looking at it. I shed a couple of tears because he always looked out for me and stuff like that. And
right,
my
right.
ex at the time, he walked in the room and he's like, "What you doing?" He like, "What you crying for?" And I was like, "Nah, such such, just came back from his funeral." He's like, "You crying over this nigga?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Well, I ain't crying
man.
over him, but he is somebody." He said, "Oh, you care about this dude?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He started whooping my butt. I'm like, "Yeah." So some
Wow.
people ain't gonna even give you a second in the morning.
You know what
Depending
I'm
on who you
saying?
messing with.
And for the record, y'all, for the record, he was not a Libra. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
this was the tourist.
There we go. There we go.
This was the tourist I was telling. I was like, "Oh no, don't go down that
Yeah.
road." But
You was stupid.
yeah, but yeah. Okay, so let me run this one by you.
Okay. Okay.
Since we're talking about relationships and stuff like that, and friendships
Oh
and all
man.
that, my question is, everybody, have you ever fumbled a good friendship or a good relationship?
Oh, you gonna get me in trouble with that one, you know what I'm
One thing about a friendship, have you ever? That's why I say friendship because it don't have to be a relationship. Have you ever fumbled a good friendship with
No, no,
somebody?
no. I've been a great. I know how to be a good friend. You be like, I ain't got no. This girlfriend. You know what I'm
Even back
saying?
in your teenage years or anything like that, like back in the day or anything
Oh
that you could think
man.
of.
Well, you know what? I be honest. On the friend side, I always been a real friend. So I really never fumbled friendships, but I have fumbled relationships with just the fact of me. It was me. You know, I could be 100. I had a temper. I was gang banging. I had dropped out of school. So, this girl, she never seen that side of me. She's a little, prep girl, and one day had to see me snap on the block, man, and
On the
I,
block.
I turned into an animal. And all I know is when I got back in the car, she was like, "Take me home." Like,
Nope. But
yeah, nothing. I fumbled it because, I always showed her the gentleman side, but she
yeah.
knew about that side, just never saw it. So I think it freaked her out so bad. She was just like, I don't want no dealings. Like, I couldn't help that day I had to do what I had to do. And I had to put the little full flowers on, with my money in there. So, boy, she said, look, King Kong come out. It was over with. And I did fumble that. And a few more relationships, I fumbled just being a dog. I ain't gonna lie, just being a dog and just not wanting to settle down, have multiple women, even though I would always tell them about each other. So it wasn't nothing like I got caught. But I think they just got tired of dealing with the other women and stuff like that. But I fumbled a few, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
but
know.
sometimes when you ask that question, people they try to play the super saint like they never done anything wrong. They just
Yeah.
the perfect person. They can never fumble a friendship or a relationship. Like nobody's never fumbled it. If anything, they fumbled me. Like no, you
Right,
fumbled
stop it.
somebody before. Like you know what I'm saying?
Stop
So
that. Right.
yeah, man, I definitely don't fumble a good friendship with somebody before in the
Okay.
past, and to this day, I still think about that fumble. I still think about that friendship and how wonder where we would be right now in our friendship had I
All right.
not fumbled that friendship. So I've definitely had a time or two where I fumbled something good as far as a friendship and a relationship. I fumbled both.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely possible.
So Let me ask you a question. How did you? I mean, if you don't mind telling us a little bit, how did you fumble the friendship and the relationship? Like,
Um,
yeah, I mean, you ain't gotta go too deep now. Don't go too deep. We
yeah.
still, we our private lives. But if you can dance around it, at least give us a little
Uh,
dance around it.
I'll tell how I fumbled the friendship. It
Okay.
was something old. It's something that I've definitely learned my lesson about, and I've become a better person because of it. It's definitely humbled and
Okay.
molds me into the woman that I am now. But
Mhm.
I was in a Facebook group and I had befriended some girls, and we had started hanging out a whole lot, having parties, just going places, just
Mhm.
doing a whole lot of things. And this one girl in particular, me and her, we meshed so well out of all the other girls, and we would hang out solo a lot, versus when we have group,
Right, with the
you know.
crew.
So,
Mhm.
long story short, I don't know what it was, but one of the girls from the group had came to me and we was talking on the phone, having conversation about stuff that goes on in the group, and she had brought up my friend, and
Mhm.
it was a situation that my friend had just experienced, and I told the girl, and it was kind of like a private thing that she had
Oh yeah.
experienced. So I told the girl, I was like, man, I was like, such and such had just dealt with something, because he was talking about something that was similar to what my friend had, and I wasn't like trying to gossip about it, but I was just trying to
Right.
relate to what she was telling me by using my friend's situation as an example. But
Right.
she made it seem like I was just kind of like, girl, guess what happened to such and such? This happened. Like, she made it seem like I came to her like gossiping about it.
Right.
And so
Right.
she had wound up going back telling my friend that I told her about the private situation she experienced. And that hurt her. And I tried to explain to her that I wasn't trying to like tell her that on some gospel type
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
I tried to
Yeah.
explain, but she was so hurt and distraught by it, and it just felt like I wasn't loyal and that she couldn't trust me. And
Yeah.
I totally understood, and I had to take that L. I took the L,
Yeah, that's true.
you
That's
know.
true. That's true. Yeah,
So
because you
yeah,
probably felt betrayed, even though you didn't mean it in that
yeah.
way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that. At least you manned up about it. You know what I'm saying? And you admit
Yeah.
that because, like you said, a lot of people wouldn't admit certain things that they
Nah.
fumble.
I when I'm wrong in any situation, I'm definitely not one of them people that want to admit to it or acknowledge my fault. I
Facts.
definitely a woman of accountability, so I take
Yeah.
accountability for anything of my wrongdoing. So, but yeah, that's one of my friendships that I fumble, man.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. You know what? You never know what happens in the future. Maybe it will, it won't. But either way, you know what I'm saying? At least you understand, what your fault was in that, and you moved on. But,
Yeah.
maybe you never know. Life sometimes just spin you back around. You never know. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
cool if it don't. I just
Right,
I appreciate the fact that I've learned from that situation. I've applied
right.
it, and I move a lot more better, with any friendships that I have now. Like, I just,
Yeah,
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 I know
yeah.
better. I do better.
Yeah, I understand. I get it, man. So
Mhm.
I got something else that I want to talk about pretty much, but it's been a video going around. I don't know if you saw it with road rage, and pretty much the guy that ran up on the guy, he punched the car, but he had his gun in his hand, and so the guy inside the car shot him 3 times. That's kind of going around right now, and it happened, I believe, last week. But I want to ask you, how would you deal with road rage? Even if in that case, or somebody just try to cut you off, or cursing you out and giving you the finger is one thing, but how would you deal with road rage?
I don't deal with road rage too kind, and I promise that's something I'm trying to work on, like as we speak.
Yeah.
But I got a situation where I chased this girl down in my car because she pissed me off to the third degree. I chased her down in my car, and I think she was trying to go to the crib because I followed her. And when she got into these apartment complex, she pulled into the parking lot. So I guess she thought I was gonna keep going because I'm like, oh dang, she at her crib. I ain't finna follow to no, bitch. I'm right behind you. I'm on your heels. So I pull up behind her, and then I guess when she parked and see that I parked right behind her, she's like, "Oh, she ain't gonna stop." So she's jetted out. I'm right behind her. But I say all that to say, listen, my road rage is bad, and I don't want to end up like the dude that got shot 3 times. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
be having blackout spells when I get real mad. So I don't be thinking
yeah,
about like, and that's why I'm working on that part of myself, because
yeah,
when
yeah,
I'm in the heat of the moment, and that's what be getting people hurt. They be so caught up in the heat of the moment, they don't
yeah,
stop to rationalize the situation and how
yeah.
left it could go.
That's
So
true. That's
Me
true.
knowing that, that's why I'm really trying to work on, not getting so amped up about stuff that I should just let slide and keep it moving. It's
Yeah.
okay to be upset about things, but reacting to it is a whole nother
A
level.
whole
Whole
different
nother
thing.
level.
That's true. That's true. I've been in
Hmm.
situations when a car almost hit me or cut me off, and it's just like you said, in that instinct, you try to be cool, but then when they get in front of you or cut you off or almost hit your car, they don't even throw their. My thing is this: I watch for you just to throw your hand up. Then I know that means you meant my bad. You
Right,
feel me?
right. Yep.
But when you just don't throw your hand up and you ain't like, what I'm saying? What you did, what you
Like
just
it.
did, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So now it's like, yeah, I remember one particular guy pulled up on me, gave me a finger, and then he jetted, you know what I'm saying? And when he jetted, I ain't gonna lie, jetted behind him. And this is back in the like, okay, I know I'm old, I'd rather not give out my age, but you know what I'm saying? This is back in like 98. Oh, I'm full blown in, you feel me? I'm affiliated, you know what I'm saying? Who you giving the finger to? Who, man, listen, I chased him down, we was doing 100 for about maybe 5 minutes, and then he jumped off. And when I jumped off with him, he flew through about two lights. The first two lights, I ain't gonna lie, I flew with him. I ain't gonna lie. By that third, fourth light, I don't know. I snapped out of my anger. It was like, do you want to die? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
nah,
right.
it ain't worth that. But he kept blowing lights and everything. But like you said, in the heat of the moment, I hope people can understand road rage in that moment, end up getting you killed. Like the guy I'm talking about that's out now. He ran up to the guy's car, punched the car with his fist, but had his gun in the other hand. So either way, you coming up to the car with a gun. That's all somebody sees sometimes. So now, if you conceal carry or not conceal carry, but you got a gun, you know what you're gonna do. Whoa, we got a gun. Hold on, hold on, hold on. So I would just say to everybody, try to work on it, try to woo-saw, you know what I'm saying? Try to, what I'm saying? Just, blow your horn, or,
And
if you
keep it
got to
moving.
keep it moving, because, yeah, it can get fatal. And then that one little moment of anger can cause a lifetime of pain. So,
And the thing about it is that's not gonna be the first or the last time that somebody gonna piss you off on the road. So
that's
you
a
can't
fact.
fight. You can't chase everybody down on the road that upsets you. You can't,
That's a
go
fact.
trying to, whip a gun out on everybody that because you're gonna be killed like half the nation. Like it's always
Yeah.
gonna be somebody on the road that's gonna tick you off. So we just really gotta just honk our horn, call them, cuss them out in our car, and keep it
Yeah, yeah,
moving.
and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
And I
All
gotta
that
practice what
chasing.
I preach too. So I
But
know.
that's all right though, But like we said, even me, I blacked out before, and even now, like if I have my kids in the car, one car almost hit me, and I see my wife grab my arm. 'Cause boy, if my kids weren't in that, boy, you almost hit us. I ain't no telling what I would have did and said, and I try not to do no type of foul language around the shorties, none of that. But boy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, he almost cut us off, my whole family in the car. So now, I'm mad at just that. Like I got kids up in this so.
Yeah.
Yeah, all it takes is a split second. Everybody just try to think before you react. If you can, keep a composure and controlling of yourself, because things can turn out bad for you, even if you kill somebody or hurt the person who did it. Now you still get taken away from your family, and now your family got to suffer. Whether you're in jail or whatever. So I would just say try to self compose yourself. If you can, most of the time. So that's what
I
I think.
agree. Yes, sir. You heard
Try.
it
You
here
heard me say
first.
try. Try.
Listen, because we know it's easier said than done.
Yep.
We
Yep.
know it,
Yep.
but we just have to really try to practice it and apply it, the best way we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Because
That's a
we
fact.
we loving life out here. We loving life around these
Yeah.
parts, so we want to try and keep it as long as we can.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it ain't worth it, y'all. I know. I know. It seemed like it is at that moment, but it's not worth it. Whether you kill them or they kill you, it's not worth
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, what you got for us, Miss Lee? I'm listening.
Oh, okay. So, I got this question here. So I want to
Oh
know.
man.
Listen, check it out. Check it out. I want your honest opinion. If you made a new friend or found out an existing friend was physically or verbally abusing their child or children, would you step in and say something, or would you mind your business, or just end the friendship completely?
Now you said if I met a friend or know a friend that's pretty much abusing their child, that was the question.
Verbally or
Oh,
physically?
yeah, I can't stand that. And I'll be 100. We from the city. We from the west side, south side. And so many times I've been in just a public place and they can't do this no worse. Please, world, please, my people, my African American people, please. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying no other race don't do it, but I see it all the time in the hood when they curse a kid out like they grown. This kid be 3, 4 years old, like if they in the store, we know already, okay. Don't touch nothing, But for you to just be like, don't you touch my mother, you hit me, you punk mother, you little bad. Damn, like that's your kid at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, but verbally, oh, I can't stand it, man. Even physically, but I understand chastising. Like I'm old school, so I will chastise my kids. I don't care, how anybody else raised their kids, but it's a different type of chastising. Chastising. I ain't gonna even name what I do, cause you know what I'm saying. They may try to put a case on me. I'm gonna tell you like this. You know what I'm saying. I ain't doing no black eyes and cutting the iron on and burning my kid. I ain't doing none of that.
Torture. That's torture.
Nah, that's torture, man. So I think it depends on physically, but I definitely don't agree with if you punching them like they grown, unless they don't get me wrong now, if they almost grown, because I remember, a little such and such situation with this person I knew when the mama was pretty much hitting them and they was like 16, 17. Now they like, I ain't taking them a woman's mama, though. I ain't taking them a woman's like, oh, you not. So mama dropped the belt, you feel me? Whoop me, they boxing. You know what I'm saying? I had to break it out, like, oh snap, but it's different. Like if they're their kids, man, like no, it's different type of chastising, man. It's time out. It's if you want to do a little spank, whatever. But don't just turn to no Joe Jackson, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And, like don't do that. And even with the verbally, nah, man, don't do that. That breaks a kid heart. I just look at the kids every time that happen, man. Like how you just curse this kid out? Like, nah, man, we gotta do better. I don't mind y'all chastising however y'all raise y'all kids, but certain things will scar them for life, and you don't really want to scar 'em for life. You know what I mean? Like, no, don't talk to them like that. And like I said, if you physically doing it, just yeah, man, don't be doing all the torturing. Just give them the little belt, whatever you're gonna give them. We'll walk the bam, that's it. But don't get too deep into torturing and locking them in the cabinet, because we see all them type of little shows too, and they gonna lock the kid away in the closet. Now the kid in there 2, 3 days, didn't eat. Like, oh, that's some bull, man. Y'all need to be in jail. I ain't gonna lie.
So what would you do in that situation? Would you still be their friend, mind your business, or would you just step in and say, "Hey, that's a little too much"? Like, what would you do if you had a friend or befriend somebody that was like that with their kids? What would you do?
Oh my goodness. I meet myself knowing me, I'm a good friend. I would say it in a way, that hey, try this approach or do this, do that. But if they kind of like, this my kid and mind your business, then I ain't gonna lie. I can't sit around for that. I can't really be with you on that, because it'll break my heart. And not saying don't chastise your kid, but it'll break my heart. But I will say something, because I know how I am. I'm just that type of friend. I'm gonna say something, but not in the way that we fall out. Just gonna be like, hey man, you sure that's the best approach? You ain't got no other type of approach. Like with my kids, I will do this. But some people get offended. But I would say what I want to say. And then yeah, if you want to stand on what you're standing on, I don't want to be around that. No, I'm out. I ain't gonna lie. What would
No,
you
I,
do?
I'm getting out the way.
Yeah,
I can't stand back. I just can't sit there and just listen to it or watch it, because I know
yeah,
my mouth, and I will mean well by coming to you, letting you know how I feel. In my opinion, that the way you talking to them or hitting them is probably a
hmm
little too excessive, but because I'm so passionate about stuff like that, it may come off wrong. So I don't say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing at all, because I've said something in the past before. But now, if I meet a new friend and I find out she like that with her kids, I'm ghosting her. I'm getting little. I'm getting out the
yeah,
way, because
yeah,
that's really ain't gonna low key gonna make me want to put my hands on her.
yeah.
And I don't have
Exactly.
that right. And I don't have that right, because them not my kids. I get it. I man my
Yeah,
business, all that, whatever. So I just know how to get out the way. Cause
that's
me
a
telling
fact.
her something, if this is a pattern, my voice ain't gonna change nothing. Ain't
No.
I mean, I would hope that it would, but. I don't think that my opinion on how she's, handling her kids is gonna make a change or a difference. I will have to get out the way because I'm gonna end up want to do something to her or
Yep.
calling them people on her. I just
Yep.
feel like it's not my place, but it is. But like I get confused about stuff like that, so I just kind of just
Mm.
get out the way. I just pray for them kids and I get out the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't I
that's
can't
true,
be
man.
friends with nobody like that.
Nah, man. Then you know if somebody now if you say something to them and now y'all fell out, then they get a call. Now they gonna think you the one made the call, even if you didn't make the call. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it just turned really, really ugly. And
Yeah, it get
like you
ugly.
said, you have to just fall back. But like you said, it make you want to dust the parents off. You feel me? Like,
Man,
oh
listen.
yeah, don't do
I can't stand
that.
that, man.
Nah, man. Nah,
Especially like
man.
you say when they be talking like that to them little kids, like they don't know nothing
Oh my
but what you teach
goodness.
them. So it's like, why is you cussing your little mama out, calling her the B word, and like it's just so
For
disgusting. And it's
real.
like who you really mad at? Because you can't possibly be this mad at her
Exactly.
talking to
Nah.
her like that, like or him like that. You know what I'm saying? Who are you really mad at?
Man.
Whose anger is she catching or he's catching? Because this ain't for these kids. Like these
Nah.
people weird. Like I don't even
Weird,
want to talk
man.
about this no more. It's making
Yeah,
me
I
mad.
see. You know what I'm saying? You want to go find somebody now? Let's go
I
find somebody. Man, he need to come pick you up right now. You know what I'm saying?
listen. I'm
Let's go
talking
find
about
somebody.
man. That's a trigger for me. I ain't gonna even
Yeah, that's a
from. It's a
fact.
trigger for me.
That's a fact, man. You know,
But yeah,
so
that's how I'm coming about that. How y'all moving
yeah.
about that situation in the comments, man? Y'all gonna stay friends with people that's abusing their kids, or you gonna just step in and say, hey, maybe try this approach, or you just gonna ghost them like I'm done. Nope.
Yeah,
How
give
y'all
us y'all
coming?
input on that. Yeah, because that's just a tough situation. Like you said, it does make you mad, because the kids are innocent, man, and they only
Yeah.
get brought up the way you bring them up. So don't
Hmm.
don't don't fully do that. Like you said, it's more anger there than that. So y'all let us know what y'all thinking, man, because that's just a tough situation. But we just gave y'all our input on it. So even if y'all some
Yeah.
of those parents, man, listen, we ain't talking about y'all, but at the same
Yes,
time, at
we are.
least
I am.
okay, yes we is.
I
I try to
am.
be nice, you know what I'm saying? We talking
I
about
am.
you. We talking about you, mama. You know what I'm saying? We talking
Don't talk to me like that.
about yeah. So
Sure.
y'all heard it. We talking about y'all there. Yeah, y'all better think about that, man, and stop being that way. If y'all mad at the baby daddy or mad at yourself, curse yourself out. Get in the mirror and curse yourself
For
out.
real. Go in a
Curse
room
some
and
kids out.
scream or something. Leave them kids
Yeah,
alone.
man. Leave them kids alone, man. So you heard it here.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. And that being said, you guys want to follow me on my TikTok? You can. My TikTok is at your favorite BBW319. And if you're more of a Facebook kind of person, you can follow me on Facebook at your favorite BBW Unmatched, and that's unmatched with an ED at the end. So come follow me on my socials, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with us and sticking to the end of this episode, and I'll catch you on the next
Yeah.
one.
And this your boy ATB, also known as America's Teddy Bear. You pretty much can find me on all music platforms by just typing in America's Teddy Bear or ATB, and it should be showing everything I got out there as far as music. Or you can type in Teddy Bear Chronicles, which is out now, and follow me that way on music. Also on platforms as far as TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can type in the same name, pretty much America's Teddy Bear, and you'll see all my stuff pop up on those platforms as well. Make sure you go follow us and man, chime in with us, man, on the music and just our personal everyday lives. Okay. We also got New Gen Investment Group. Pretty much, if you're facing foreclosure and you want to avoid bankruptcy, deficiencies, or judgments, they can help you protect your credit by just buying your home as is. If your home fits the criteria, pretty much within 30 days, they'll pay you cash for your home. You don't have to do no repairs, anything. They'll buy as is. That number is 312-468-3243. And the office number is 331-318-9197. Also, if you're interested in getting your car detailed, we got JWP Detailing, JWP Detailing, and he will come to your home and detail your cars right in the driveway. If you're locally in Naperville, Plainfield, Aurora, Bolingbrook, or Joliet, pretty much. If you're outside of that, I'm pretty sure y'all can work some out on the fuel. But right now, I know it's those locations for the back to school special, $129. Also, if you want to follow the page on Facebook, it's JWP detailing. And the man name is Cameron, 773-816-1470. That's 773-816-1470. And until next time, tell your mama, your aunties, your sisters, Uncle ATB says hi. And we got this thing.
Peace
Peace.
out.
To be kings and queens, that's all I see. What we should be, vibing, living.